Welcome to Magic Mama, a mini course by me, Amanda Buckout, with Divine Femme. This course is all about celebrating the mother archetype. Maybe you're a mama. Maybe you are celebrating your own mama. Maybe you're celebrating Mother Earth or the Divine Mama or whatever kind of imagery or feelings or sensations that you come into when thinking about this beautiful mother archetype. So when I think about the mother archetype, I think about nurturing, nourishing, birthing, the creatrix energy. I think about wisdom, intuition, and patience and love and care, right? And so those are like the most high attributes of the mother archetype, where she holds space and she comforts, right? She's just this big, beautiful mama that we can kind of curl up in and be like, it's gonna be okay, isn't it, mama? And she's like, yeah. And so, of course, when we think of mother, sometimes some sadness or some anger can arise from our own personal history, right? And so I honor that, I acknowledge that. And one of the ways to really move through those feelings is with creativity, with expression. So if you've got some real deep, big stuff to pull out for this course, go there, bring it out, express it with artwork and mindfulness and intention, and let it come through and come up into that beautiful healed state through your expression, right? And then, if you want to tap into your own ability to mother yourself, no matter if you are a mother, whatever kind of experience you had with your actual mother, maybe you don't even have a mother, within your bones and blood is the mother archetype. And you can birth her, you can activate her. You can bring intention to the qualities of the mother and then bring them to you and awaken and practice nurturing yourself, nourishing yourself, being patient with yourself, holding yourself, sending so much love to yourself. You get to be your own mama. You get to be your own mama. You get to transform your relationship to the mother archetype with love and creativity by your side. So this course, this little tiny mini course, just one studio exercise can really catapult you into a beautiful nurturing relationship with yourself, a beautiful healing relationship with yourself. And you can really bring online the qualities of the mother that you need to support you and comfort you and encourage you to move forward and heal and be bold and brave and wonderful and do what you need to do, babe. You got this, honey. I love you, babe. That's you. You get to tell yourself that story. And it's not even a story. You get to tell yourself the truth about who you really are, right? And who you really want to be, and be your own cheerleader, be your own support system. So that's the beauty about the mother archetype. And we're here to celebrate that. And if we got to move through some stuff in order to get there, yes. If you're like, I'm good, I have a great mom, I'm a great mom, la 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 la, and I just want to celebrate it, wonderful too. And so as a mother, I know that it is an intense initiation to be in this position, to have this life of caring for another. And I really celebrate that I have spent so much time, effort, energy raising my children, and I continue to pour so much of myself into the raising of my babies, right? And I And I celebrate that about me. I celebrate myself as mother, and I am forever becoming a better version of myself, which means I am forever becoming a better mother to my children. And so having these practices, bringing the mother archetype into my artwork, allows me to focus on those highest of high qualities, right? And then I get to celebrate, set intention, and then that weaves into my daily life. And so we get to weave some things together here to bring out into our daily world, to implement into the way that we interact with ourselves and others. And then we come into a beautiful healed state, and we continue to rise, and we continue to heal inside and out. And then eventually, pie in the sky, eventually we come into balance, right? As a whole collective, as a whole planet, we come into balance. We are healed, we are joyful, we are blissful, we are nurturing and loving and kind. And that's where we're headed. And we can feel that now, even just for little pockets of time. And so that's why I created this for you. So I'll stop talking about that. You take what you need from that. And next up is a little slideshow of inspiration for you, ideas, and then we'll come into a short mindfulness practice, and then we'll go into art making. Thank you for being here. Enjoy. Let's hop into the musings for this course. So I've compiled some inspiration and ideas for you. There are so many. So this is just a taste. So when I think of the mother archetype, my mind first goes to the divine mother, that ancient, wise, forever intuitive, divine mother, the one who birthed us all, the creatrix of the universe. And you can go into ancient artifacts and art to find so many beautiful symbols and imagery to be inspired by. So I encourage you to look into that if you love these types of tribal, primitive, wise images. So mother is an archetype that is part of fuller idea of a woman's journey from maiden to mother to wise woman or queen to crone, and really embodying all of these throughout the life. And of course, I say woman, but anyone can tap into these qualities, right? It doesn't have to be that you are a woman in this life or you identify as a woman in this life. It's just these ideas, these archetypes that you can try on. So here's a few contemporary artists that are working with the divine mother or the birthing creatrix energy that I'm really inspired by. So Pushpa Kumari has this incredible birthing yoni, legs spread open, really beautiful Hindu references here. And then, okay, so maybe not so modern. Here's Raphael, who did a whole bunch of work in the Renaissance of Mother Mary. And I feel like his drawings and his paintings are just so loving and caring and really personify that idealistic mother. Here is Judy Chicago. I actually have a print of this exact image in my bedroom. I am in love with her work from the Birth Project. If you're interested in this kind of work, I highly recommend diving a little deeper into Judy Chicago. Here is a woman who is a really, really successful illustrator. And this piece of this mother nursing her child really caught my eye. Her name is Diana Injeta. And I love her style, how she is color blocking, and there's no line. It's all shape, right? It's all shapes and colors interacting. And so if you like some of these styles that I'm bringing forth in this and you want to emulate them in your piece, try it out. This is what looks like a weaving to me. Christina Martinelli who recently gave birth and then began making artwork about motherhood and breastfeeding. And I think it's so fun how so many artists who are coming into the literal mother archetype of, birthing a child, breastfeeding, that huge amount of time that we must then sacrifice to just nourish our child, keep the child fed and alive, that it begins to really echo in the mother's work if they have been an artist, or it activates a new creativity in them. And so I love that because that happened to me as well. 10 years ago, I was nursing my first child and all of my art just became about breastfeeding and the nurturing quality of being a mother. So how do I celebrate mama in my artwork? I think I made this piece in 2014 or 13, and it's a self-portrait of me pregnant with my first child, and then just sort of this burst in bloom with some crystals and flowers, being with the essence of becoming a new mother. Here's a photograph that I took of my friend Sable pregnant with her child, and then my digital camera did this funny glitch where it juxtaposed a photograph of a magnolia with her body. And I just love this composition. It was totally just a glitch. And the idea of birthing and rebirth and spring and the body and belly and bloom, you can totally merge together some ideas. So here is a symbol I often use to represent fertility and the womb, the pomegranate. Here is me before I ever became a mother doing a performance. I was in graduate school and I felt very drawn to the she-wolf and her ability to nurture humans who would then go on to begin entire empires. So I created this sculpture representing the ether, like the energy flowing from the cosmos down to earth. And then I sat there as like this divine mother, shapeshifter who was then birthing and being the creatrix of all. It was really fun to embody that. And I was really calling in my motherhood journey. And I didn't even know it. It was completely just the divine guiding me. Here's another self-portrait after having my children, and my breasts began to soften and shrink, and just that transformation, that acceptance of my new mother body, a little more wrinkled, a little bit more saggy, and just allowing myself to come into, a different version of myself, moving out of maiden into mother, fully embracing that transition. This is my version of Pachamama and the really native Southwestern influences here with the colors and the imagery, and just how incredible this planet is and how infused with the divine elixir this planet is. I mean, this planet is Mama, and she is birthed us. We are her sons and daughters. We are her children. We are her. And so, you could really take it as finding imagery and making your piece about celebrating Gaia. So really thinking about that merging of earth and body and earth as body and being a creatrix, being this fertile being, being this person who creates and mothers. That really influences my work. So this is, a figure that's not really a figure, that has these Camilla tits that are dripping the divine elixir, and then the yoni that's dripping the divine elixir, and the hips that are dripping divine elixir, and just everything just alive and vibrant. And then here's a digital version of this, a little bit more psychedelic. I have a lot of psychedelic influences in my work. I'm an advocate for psychedelics. I believe that they allow us to see a bigger picture, and I really like to celebrate the wild visions that I have and the ideas that I get when I'm using plant medicine. So you can bring, your own psychedelic experiences, maybe just through your meditative processes. It does not have to actually include plant medicine. You can bring that into your piece. So this piece actually started as like a bosom, and then the bosom kind of disappeared, and then it just became this really luscious garden of delights and Shakti energy. You don't have to have any figure or mother figure or anything in your piece. It can just be a celebration of the symbols that you come up with to describe that mother archetype. This piece I made digitally. It's called the Boob Mandala. It's just great. It's got all the colors of, the flesh of all the mamas who've like given their time and energy to nurture and nourish their children, and just like a huge celebration and a playful celebration of that. Here's another digital piece. It's called Make It Rain. And it's just like this beautiful Afro mama, and her titties are like literally the rain. She's literally like raining down upon us, cleansing us, nurturing us, allowing us to thrive. And so you can get really fun and playful and wild with what your mama is doing. What is she up to? Simplifying it. It doesn't have to be full or, tons of color, tons of stuff. It can be a simple line drawing. It can be subtle colors. It could be one symbol. You can add text, so play with it. What do you want to make? You can get really fierce. Here's the fierce mama, the protector, the creator and destroyer, that wild goddess mama. She's fun to conjure up and hang out with. This piece, oh man, this piece was me trying to kind of describe what it's like to breastfeed. And so I bought ice cream and I made big scoops, and I found this like crystal cup at a thrift store. And then I actually molded these like cherries, in quotes, of my nipples. I actually made little sculptures of my nipples as the cherries on top in this sundae, in this boob sundae. And this was an oil painting that I made. And then, on the whole other side of the spectrum, like this is super distilled, flat, geometric, universal symbol, talking about the elixir, the divine elixir of the universe. And then kind of playing with the shape shifting, like the Shakti for me is represented in the serpent. I use the snake a lot in my work. And so like, what about having some breasts on this reptile that are milky and like creating everything and nurturing us all? Why not? White on black, high contrast, adorning, expressing, embodying. And then, the offerings just come in and come out and come in and come out. And the radiating experience of that connection to the Divine Mother. And this one is called Harvest Mama, and she's just super like luscious, growing lots of grains and grasses and vines, and she's like wide open, multidimensional, rooted in. Sometimes when I look into the matrix, the void, the in-between spaces, and my third eye can open and see like past the material world. It's like every little cell, every little area is just like infused with the Divine Mother, the Divine Feminine, the creatrix energy. And so like that repetitive process, it's just like drives home the idea. So lots of ideas, little glimpses into my own creative process and my own thoughts. So if you enjoy learning with me, please browse my offerings at divinefem.com. I have other courses available. I have art. Sometimes I have in-person workshops. And just, come say hi. You can email me. You can come and DM me on Instagram. Tag me in your creations. Share my posts about this course with your friends so that they can experience it too. If you're enjoying it, come see me at Divine Femme. It's such a pleasure to create these offerings for you, truly. I appreciate you. Mwah! Enjoy. All right, beloved creative beings, let's move into a little bit of mindfulness, coming into the present moment, setting intention for our creative flow. And then we have a little bit of focus, a little bit of structure, so that we can move into this creative flow with a little beacon that we get to follow, right? And so let us just either stand or sit with the spine long. Feel yourself reaching through the top or the crown of the head as you root in. Let's roll the shoulders up by the ears and then down and back. 2 more times. Inhale, reaching those shoulders up. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale. Exhale. Feel your shoulders peeling down and back. Feel your heart center, the center of your chest, shining open. The chin is level, crown of head reaches to the sky, and your hands can be wherever you like, resting on your knees, down by your side, maybe hands come into prayer. Relaxing the face and the jaw. Closing the eyes if that feels good. And then notice the breath in the body. Moving the breath in and out through the nose if that feels okay. Just easy breath. Keeping the body relaxed. Imagine the breath opening up that heart center on the inhale. And then the heart center relaxes on the exhale. Inhale, heart brightens and shines. Exhale, heart relaxes. Continuing with that breath if that feels good. And then with the breath, bringing in an intention for this beautiful Magic Mama art making session. What attributes of that divine Mama would you like to focus on? And when we set these intentions, we allow for focus. And when our mind begins to wander, we come back to that intention. We come back to the breath. We come back to a tall spine, shoulders down and back, heart shining. We come back to ourselves. And then we allow for that whisper of wisdom, that intuition that we all hold, to begin to speak to us and guide us. And when we're in that creative flow, that intuition, that whisper, has a bigger voice. And you can come into trust of that voice, of that wisdom, to take you where you need to go. Whatever comes up, whatever comes through with the expression, the mark making, the colors, the imagery that you choose, allow it to come. Trust that by its arrival, you are being blessed by the divine to heal, to flow, to find pockets of bliss. Breathing into that heart center. What do you see, sense, or feel when you focus on the breath moving through the body and your intention? Are any images arising for you? Symbols, colors, feelings. Allow those little gems being unearthed to come into your artistic flow. Allow them to circle around that third eye. Allow them to become clear. Allow them to guide you. And then we'll take one more nice deep breath here. Thanking the wisdom of the heart for gifting us with inspiration. And if you like, on your next inhale, you can bring the arms out around the body. Arms come up overhead, palms press. And on your exhale, let's bring the palms pressing through to heart center. Breathing into the thumbs. And then a little bow over the fingertips, just honoring the wisdom of the heart. Honoring our inner creatrix and all the beautiful attributes that we have when we mother ourselves, when we channel the mother archetype. All right, opening the eyes if they're closed. Finding some movement. Awake, and ready to explore the creative realm. Enjoy your practice. Namaste.